Streaming cyberspace into your place for the final time this year from Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. It's the Virtual Grip Network's live as it happens final round coverage of the Bootleg Racing League's late model Invitational Series. Hey, it's season 32. Fahu Fores Dahu Dores. We are glad you could join us as we close the book on not only the 32nd late model invitational season, but also VGN's broadcast schedule for 2025. With James Lowe clinching his second season championship, tonight is not about drama, not about the heat of battle, but rather a celebration of the sport loved by so many sim racing. Yes, winning is the goal, building momentum for next season, a valid incentive. But the vibe amongst the drivers, the fans, and even your friendly commentators is not the usual fire and brimstone, but rather tinsel and eggnog. So pull the lever on the lazy boy and join us for a festive salute to the Bootleg Racing League and those in charge of its care and feeding, its loyal members, and sim racing in general. Yes, indeed, it is my old partner here, Jeremy Gridlock Scott, joining yours truly, Bill Soupson, hype in the VGM press box to bring you our words eye view. Turn the knobs and pushing the sliders for the final time before he goes back to racing in the series is the boss man, Lowell Jewell. All right, partner, how you feeling tonight? I'm not going through the motions. I'm involved in this one. This is going to be good. We got a good turnout. What do you think?
Well, you know what? I had a radio play on Thursday and decided to go high, wide, and handsome several times, and the whole stadium was looking at me the whole time. But nonetheless, I was handed some eggnog after the party, and all of a sudden, it's a little stronger than I thought. But I've got to say this: I'm really excited to end the season here at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. It's the mecca of Mid-South racing, and not too far away from a place which also celebrates Christmas, the Grand Ole Opry. So, will the circle be unbroken? Well, we've got 100 laps to find out.
Indeed. You want a good indication, a good thermometer to how healthy your series is? Well, how about a race when there's nothing to race for? The championship's decided. You're just a few days before Christmas, and you still get a healthy field of a sweet 16 of drivers. Very nice. It's going to be good. Usual fare here for the Bootleg Racing League. 100 laps on tap. You have to finish with the same girl you brought to the party. Finish on the same tires you start with. This is big boy racing. There are no fast repairs. And I say that with emphasis because we have some people listening in other series that VGN is going to be broadcasting coming up in 2026. And they haven't decided about fast repairs yet. Hey, partner, how do we feel about fast repairs?
Oh, God. You know what? It makes for demolition derby racing.
Attaboy.
I love the fact that if you wreck, basically your race is over, or you got to sit in the pits and fix it.
And that's it. And that's what we're doing here tonight. Nothing on the line. All the usual names are here. This commentator's a little disappointed because usually we bring in some new guys. They always introduce some new guys so we can look forward to racing next season. Don't see any new names down there. Bootleg Racing League about as exclusive as Augusta was back before 1990. Hard to get into this group.
Yeah, well, you know what? Here's the thing. At least we're not breaking down trees because of oh, never mind. Wrong part of Augusta. I'm sorry. I'm getting my sports confused and everything. But yeah, no, this is a very exclusive league, and some of the best drivers that you see out here. And Soup, I cannot wait for next season because you and I add another series. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But we'll keep the Bootleg Racing League Late Model Invitational Series as well. I got to say, this is gonna be fun because everybody's so close together. And warm up with just ended. Of course, it's like whose line is it anyway? The show's made up, but the points don't matter when it comes to practice.
Talking about the points, we're showing them to you right now. We're not giving a whole lot of attention because they really don't mean a whole bunch. Drop those out of the way. There you go as we roll around into. Well, there is no qualifying here. It goes practice right to the grid because that's how they do things. The way they set up the grid, they invert the Baker's dozen worth of drivers from the previous race. So if you finish 13th, you're going to be looking to start on the pole. And let's give you that starting lineup right now. That's exactly where the quiet man, Ruben Altis, is going to start. Inside of row one with Double Deuce Bruce Pearson on the outside of him.
You take a look at row two. Chris Hazlip, the Lipper, will be alongside the driver we've not seen up at the front too much this season. It's the 88 of Mike Holloway.
Since the birth of his second child, we have not heard much from Todd Liston. He's going to be starting in fifth tonight. Wouldn't it be nice If he could give a nice little Christmas present to his new daughter and pick up a win, he'll be starting on the inside of row 3, flanked by, well, the defending champ didn't have the season he wanted. We're talking about Cucumber Kurt Smith.
All two favorites will be alongside each other in row 4. It's the Canadian Goose, John Wilson. And for the final time till he joins us in the booth once again and hopefully makes it sound as good as the boss man does, it's our buddy replay, Ryan Seneker.
Coming off a great race indeed. No newcomers in the field tonight, but we do have a rookie. He's going to win Rookie of the Year. Picked up a win already this season. We're talking about Kyle Feemster out there in the number 14 machine. And he's got Mr. Aggressive, Chris Davis, to his outside.
Alan Wanamaker and James Lowe, your champion to be, will be alongside each other in row 5. Or row 6. I don't count, okay? I'm sorry. I'm an announcer. I cannot count.
That's all right. We'll take care of it. One of the Hilbert boys, Steve, the older of them, is going to be starting in the Baker's Dozen position with baby brother Tom to his outside. The Hilberts fill up row 6, 7.
And last but not least, it'll be Daryl Weinier. Welcome back to the series, Daryl. With shotgun on the field, Kenny Allen in the number 49. 1 lap to go. And hey, Ruben's got a Christmas paint scheme here. We'll talk to him a little bit later on.
Oh man, very festive indeed. Makes me want to put on my special Christmas sweater and give a big ho ho ho. Glad you are with us. Watch out for the man sitting back there in 14th position, Papa Kenny Allen. He's going to have a good race tonight. We know him from a few other series that we broadcast. As they go through 3 and 4, let me turn it over to my partner to call the start.
And the pace car comes off. It'll be Ruben Altis's start to call Bruce Pearson. The double deuce and also festive color green flag is underway, and Altis gets a good start. Here comes the Lipper to the inside, goes to second place so far. So a great start out of the 93 as Feemster up 2 with James Lowe up 2 as well.
Oh, running away with it is the quiet man. Easy. You got still 99 laps to go. Look at the power move from the outside from Double Deuce Bruce Pearson. He's going to secure second. The Lipper tucks into third. Looking on the inside, trying to make his little girl proud. That is Todd Liston looking for third.
A little bit of housekeeping. Mike Holloway did not take the start, so we'll run 15 tonight. To the inside goes Liston, takes that third spot. Now sets his sights on Double Deuce Bruce as everybody single file for the most part back to about 6th place, where Feemster and Lowe are making hay. Actually, take that back. Lowe's gotten around Feemster, now sets his sights on last season champion Kurt Smith.
Let's drop back to the first 2 wide battle. It's the Canadian Goose, John Wilson, to the outside, working underneath him is the 7th of Chris Davis. A little warning to the Goose. You're not going to get any screen time next season, any love from Soup, unless you get that number turned around on the hood of your car. You got the 75 facing the wrong way. I'm looking at it right now, and it looks like, to me, it looks like SL.
Now you'll get love from me because I love Canadians. Ooh, a little bit of a slap to the wall Feemster gets, but he's going to hold to the outside of Kurt Smith. We heard how some of the drivers like this new tire model and the new track model because it gives them a chance to run higher longer. We saw last time out, in my opinion, the best race of the BRL that we've had here as the Hazlett falling way back. That's going to
Kurt Smith goes around, gets into it with Feemster. Kurt Smith is looking at oncoming traffic. They all avoid him. This was happening for a while.
It really was, and we talked about how Hazlett was kind of backing things up. We'll get a replay, and that does not look good on the 14 of Feemster's nose. And yeah, I just have a feeling that Hazlett played a little bit of part in that because you saw Kurt Smith had to check up there.
They were tight coming off of 4, and then Feemster either he gets down into him or Kurt Smith comes up into him. Either way, a little bit of a pick maneuver there from the 14. Smith goes around. The car took a lot of damage. Kurt's a trooper, though. He'll try to get it back out there if he can. He's still in the pits right now. Oh, that's not the way that Cucumber Kurt wants to end his 2025 racing year. Who you want to talk to, partner?
Let's talk to Ruben Altis. By the way, Mike Holloway is back out. He is last car on the lead lap. The number 70 running a very festive paint scheme tonight, as it is just the last Saturday before Christmas. Ruben, love the paint scheme this weekend, going all festive. Surprised you don't have lights on and everything.
Hey, I appreciate that. Just recognizing the reason for the season, which is Jesus Christ.
You got it. Well, can you go wire to wire tonight? You led the first 7. You got a big jump. Did you back up onto the field? Are you feeling good?
Hey, real quick, Soup, take a look at that nose clip there.
That's. I can't see. What's it say? My eyes aren't good enough. What's it say there?
Santa knows Soup has been bad. Well done, sir.
Oh.
Well done.
No, this interview is over. We're done. That's it. Okay, thank you. Go get him, quiet man.
I appreciate it.
I'll tell you what, Soup, I don't think it's often that we see Altice kind of break, and I think we got a chuckle out of him.
I know. That's not what I
accomplished something this season.
All right, here we go. Gonna be going green here, working lap number, what is it, lap number 10.
Nope. We are waving it off. Waving it off.
That's okay. Gives us an opportunity to look for some big movers. Up 5 spots. Don't even look at the timing and scoring, partner. I'm going to give you a name. Who's the big mover?
Oh, it's got to be James Lowe.
Yeah.
Got to be James Lowe.
Is it even worth looking?
I've done this long enough to know who the players are.
Indeed. All right, they're going to do it this time. Give Ruben one more lap. Well, this means one less lap that Ruben has to worry about staying out in front. He's got double deuce Bruce Pearson to him outside, Todd Liston back in third, and the Lipper who was dropping on the outside. Go get him.
And think about it, this could be the second race with the new tire model, so the drivers will get a better feel on how these tires fall off near the end of the race. Green flag is back out as Ruben Altice gets a nice healthy jump over double deuce Bruce. Liston goes to the inside of Pearson through 1 and 2. Also going to the inside is Feemster. He dispatches a Hazlip very easily as Mr. Aggressive goes to the inside as well. So Hazlip having problems trying to stay out in front, but Feemster, he's got his sights set on third place, goes under the double deuce as Pearson trying to hold off the young kid and not going to do it too well as Pearson thought
3 wide.
We're almost 3 wide. No, don't do that.
Oh, that's James Lowe. He knows better. He knows Soup's rule. I think Chris Davis saw that coming and just kind of backed out of it. Bruce Pearson was on the outside. The car got very squiggly, lost momentum. Davis thought about ducking underneath him. He held up, and that's what James Lowe said. All right, if nobody's going, I'm going. So now Lowe moves up, and what would that be, 4th position, I guess? And now the battle is a little farther back. Bruce Pearson trying his life to get down. Double deuce gets there.
And that's what happens when you race with the same people every week. You know, hey, maybe I shouldn't do this in this spot. And you trust one another. By the way, James Lowe, fastest lap of the race. Shocker, 19:06.8. As we're watching Feemster try and reel in your leader, Ruben Altice, which I'm sure that Soup would not mind losing that lead a little bit since, basically Altice telling the truth here. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't expect Ruben to lie.
I have been good. James Lowe looking underneath Todd Liston. Liston, boy, try as he might. Liston very loose as well. Man, some of the drivers, Pearson and Liston, who usually are very smooth, struggling right now, right in front of Chris Davis. I don't think Davis is going to take long. He would love to make Lowe really work. He does not want to see James Lowe get another win going into next season. Aggressiveness right on the back there of Liston. Another battle's going on. Go ahead.
Well, as I say, we talked to a lot of the drivers last week, and they said that this tire model makes that car just a little bit loose. So really no surprise, especially coming off of that long caution period. But go ahead, who do you want to look at?
I want to go back and look at the Chief, car number 52. This is Steve Hilbert. He's under attack from Alan Wanamaker. If you're watching VGN, not only do we cover the stuff up front, but you're going to get a little love from us as you get in a nice battle back there. Let's watch Wanamaker for maybe one more lap as he continues to work on Steve Hilbert. Hilbert came into this series when he was a rookie boy. He was exciting to watch, especially when he was being lapped. He'd put the car on the wall. He has gotten so competitive right now, and I think Wanamaker's going to have a hard time getting around him. There's a little love for those guys as they continue the battle. Let's look at Bruce Pearson. He's struggling. He's got the Canadian Goose on him. And remember, Goose, get that number 75 turned around.
Well, and and that was the thing I was about to say with Wanamaker right behind them. You got a good battle for position as well as now, I should say, ahead of him is Davis. Now goes up to 4th place.
Yep.
But You know, what I was going to mention about Wanamaker is there are some races where he's been really, really good. It's just a tale of two stories this season, where Wanamaker has been up at the front, and then there's some races where he's just mired in the back of the pack. Granted, he's up one so far since his grid spot, but it's just so tough for him sometimes to move up. Feemster up against that wall on the back straightaway, trying to catch up to Ruben Altice. Let's see what they do lap time this time by. Feemster's about half a tenth of a second faster. No, they're running about the same lap times this time by, so Altice doing all he can to try and stay up in front, but Feemster's got to make a move soon, because if he doesn't, James Lowe's not afraid to.
A lot of dynamics here if you want to think about it. You got the veteran of Altice out in front. Then you got this rookie Feemster who has really got a feel for the series now. I think he's got it figured out. But look at this. He may be the future, but right now the present is James Lowe, and he's running in third. And then probably Lowe's biggest rival this season is Chris Davis. Chris Davis, I'm going to say about 15 car lengths back. Probably wouldn't mind a caution flag right now so he can get up there so he doesn't have to use up his tires to close the distance on the three guys up front.
Well, Soup, you know who would mind that yellow? Aunt Mary Alice. I want to say hi to her and Merry Christmas, because we won't be able to see her for a couple of weeks, as you see your top three still looking pretty good as you see it from where we're seeing it here in the broadcast booth. You see Altice has about 3-4 car length gap over Feemster, and now Feemster, something's up there with that 14 car, because he has lost a whole bunch of speed there, and Lowe has closed up to within less than a car length. He's going to look to the inside heading into turn one, but still too far away to make anything happen. Now Feemster, something's up there. Of course, he hit that bump a little wild.
So here's the dynamics of the rules package. When you don't have a tire change, you really can't tell who's pushing early, who's saving the stuff right now. Feemster now he's on the outside, and so far the outside line has not been the place to go. And sure enough, it's good night nurse there for the number 14. He draws back to fourth, tries to get a little bit of a run off or two to give the 99 something to think about, but that's not going to happen. That was bad news for Ruben Altice. The biggest fan club, the biggest member of the Feemster fan club was Ruben Altice, because he was the cushion between him and James Lowe. And I'll tell you, the 7 of Chris Davis having a hard time getting up there. Chris may be saying, I'm too far back to get there. I'll just wait for that caution to come, and I'll have more rubber to race Lowe when it's important.
Little wiggle out of Feemster right there, coming off of turn number 4. So looked like almost a tight condition there out of Feemster, which is very rare, because a lot of these cars are dealing with a little bit of a loose condition. We'll see what happens here. This is a battle between the 9 of Wanamaker, the 93 of Hazlip. I see Chris is trying to curry favor with us with a little BRL out there on his all gold number 93. This is the battle for 9th place. And yeah, one driver that we mentioned to watch out for, Papa Kenny Allen, sitting there in 11th spot, up 5 from his qualifying position. And I don't think we're going to see a return of Kurt Smith, as he is done for the day in the pit. So the champ unfortunately ends with that wreck in the first caution. I've got to say, that's got to be my favorite new paint scheme of the year out of Kenny Allen, the number 49.
Kenny looking good out there. You know, we were looking at the 9 a while ago. He was in that battle with Steve Hilbert. Hilbert has fallen out of it, so it's now getting loose is Hilbert. They say, but no, and then getting in the back as he checked up. Wanamaker checked up, and Papa Kenny. Oh, Papa is a rolling stone. Not really. He got it checked up, but there's the number 9. The number 9 went around on that one. Wanamaker gets it straightened out. Oh, and the oncoming traffic is coming. He's going to lose a lap.
Well, we'll see if can take another look at that. And yeah, just gets down on the apron, touch, and basically nowhere to go. All right, Soup, what do you want to chat with?
Well, we talked to Ruben Altice. We talked to James Lowe. Let's talk to Todd Liston, car number 87. See if I can give him a little encouragement here. Todd, Christmas time is coming. You want to give that new daughter of yours a nice Christmas present. How about a win to close out the season?
Well, it'd sure be nice.
Partner?
I was going to, wait a second. Are you actually in the race car now? Because kind of sounds like that's what's going on.
Yeah, probably.
Regardless, so, but seriously, Christmas coming up. What is the number 1 tradition in the Liston household for Christmas this week?
I don't know, for this coming week.
Yeah, for this coming week. So what's the one thing that you guys are going to do this Christmas that you always do?
We're gonna go see family. We always go back and see our family. That's the biggest thing. So for Christmas especially, spend it with them.
All right. Well, good luck to you. Give a shout out to the family. Hopefully it's not a long drive, and go get them.
Thank you.
I think there's a man racing with speakers. He's not doing it through the headphones. I think he's got the
I think
got
so
the thing
too.
turned up there.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That is normally for those longtime viewers here of the Virtual Grip Network, you don't hear that. You just hear something like what Soup and I are talking about. That actually sounded realistic. That was pretty good. I gotta admit, bravo.
Well, he's at a little bit of a disadvantage because he puts the baby's cradle right next to him, so he drives one-handed and then reaches over and rocks the cradle with the other one. So.
Yeah, but you know what? That's what Baby Listen likes. You know, maybe
Baby
it's not a
Listen.
race car noise.
I
gotta find that for white noise, because currently I just do like rainforest white noise. It works.
I hear a lot of people just put the broadcast on to listen to the commentary and it puts them to sleep.
Yeah, but you know what? That's when they get the night tremors, is when I start yelling when we have a good pass.
All right, well, they're doubling up. It has been all Ruben Altice. We've gone 36 laps. He's led them all. He's got low to his outside now. The outside line has not worked well. This is a chance for the rookie. Let's see if Feemster can get a good jump. We haven't seen much from that outside line yet. A chance for the 14 to get back underneath the 99 when we get going.
Of course, we're back underway as the quiet man gets up there and logs another lap. Green flag is back underway, and James Lowe gets right there in line, side by side for third between Feemster and Davis. We saw those two basically have a rough time together last time out. Let's see if things go just a little bit better. Davis going to try that high line, but slides up, is going to lose that third position. Going to get Sutton the clutches of the 87, and now we see the double deuce trying to hold on to that low line to catch up to the 75. And by the way, Sue, quit being so hard on the Canadian Goose, as we have a battle for the lead. I'll catch up with that in a bit, as James Lowe side by side with Ruben Altice. They're leaning on each other coming off of turn 4. Altice across the line, 0.01 seconds.
Squeeze him, quiet man. Don't let him come up the track. Ruben Altice gets a good driver. He gets loose. Oh, but he saves it. I thought he was going to turn right in to the right rear of the 99, but that's not how the quiet man races. But he loses momentum, and here comes Feemster underneath him. Ruben Altice catching his breath, trying to get back in line. Let up a little bit, Ruben. You can tuck in before the 14. You don't need to fight out there right now. They bump again. Altice is up on the outside. He's in the marbles. He's got his straight out. He's going to lose momentum. Here comes Mr. Aggressive Chris Davis underneath. They come off of turn number 4. Let's see if the inside line can get a bite, the momentum to the top 9. Finally, Altice gets it settled down. He settles into third. Woo! Holy moly!
At least it's only 2 spots that he lost. Anyway, back to the Canadian Goose. Go easy on him. He's helping out the grandstand fans who are up high, want to see what number he is when they can't see the side panels. Just my 2 cents. I'm trying to be nice.
I know he's from Canada, but
well,
the only driver I'm going to allow to have their number upside down is Ed Foster, because he races in Australia. I will give him a break on that one. Other than that, get him straightened out.
Well, my back's still sore from my broadcast position being upside down, so I have a little beef with Mr. Foster there. A little bit of a wall slap by Feemster there, as now here comes Davis to the inside. They're going to go side by side. Davis and Altice, a little bit of rubbing there off of turn number 2, and Altice gets a little loose, gets that position back for the time being, but still side by side for position. Davis really wants that bottom step of the podium so he can come talk to us and make another donation to the Mission 22, the final one of the season. This is some great racing here for that third spot between Altice and Davis. Not too far away is Todd Liston, the interested spectator. And once again, it's almost like they're running pace laps at full speed right here.
The director giving me my favorite camera shot here. One camera, no MTV music video here. One camera all the way around. We talked about Davis, remember? He was so far back and he needed a caution. Well, maybe that's the caution he needed. But right now, he's taking too long to get this done on Altice. He's waited, as they race side by side together, they are losing touch with the front 2. They got to either get this figured out maybe they can talk to each other and somebody can surrender this thing. But as they continue to race side by side, the only one happy about it is the man in the popcorn position, Todd Liston, watching from behind with the best view in the house. Butter dripping off of his racing gloves right now as he watches that side-by-side battle right in front. You don't see Liston. There he is, just coming into your screen right there.
And of course, don't forget Darrell Weininger sitting there in 6th place, up 9 spots. He'd love to get up 1 spot as there goes Davis. He gets that position, and getting a nose in right now is Liston. So Liston's going to try another time to get to the inside here on board with the 87. Look at the detail in that paint scheme. We should also get a look at that front clip once Todd Liston gets there, because once Todd Liston gets out in front, I think that's going to really shine on the story here. I mean, yes, you saw the back clip. Jesus is the reason for the season, but even more of a reason for the season is, Santa, soup, everything, stuff like that.
I feel a little humbled that I got the front of the car and our Lord was stuck on the back. I'm not sure if that's really how we want to do that. Look at this great race. Let that camera out. It's hard to watch this without leaning, isn't it? As we watch them pull away.
Oh, exactly. Here's the thing that I love about Nashville, the Fairgrounds, is the banking. Yes, it's great that we have the super speedway, and it's great for Indy cars, but I think the Cup Series needs to think about coming here, because they would put on one hell of a show, I think.
Let's bring the open wheel. Let's bring the Delares here.
Indy next. I'd love to see the Indy next cars here. Ruben Altice falling back to 4th spot. Not watching the battle for the lead because it's already a second gap between Lowe and Feimster. By the way, Feimster now the fastest lap of the race with a 18.987. And everybody's strung out, Soup. I think everybody else kind of taking it a little easy for this final race.
Hey, maybe we have an opportunity. Can we bring Mike Rigby, if Mike is still with us, open up his mic real quick. We've been talking a lot about open wheel stuff going on. Mike, if maybe you've muted yourself, unmute yourself if you can. We got an open wheel series coming up, partner. And Mike, you got a copy?
I do, sir.
What's the name of your series and what night is this on and what can we expect?
Well, it's the Internet Sim Racing Association, or the ISRA. We're going to race on Wednesday nights, green flag at 9:10 p.m.
And I'm going to make my partner and I happy. We got some road courses on the schedule, right?
We do, sir. We have Silverstone's on there, Road America's on there, and I'd have to check the third one. I don't even know.
I think I'll tell her what it is, because I think it might be Phillip Island, if I remember right. I think I saw that.
It is Phillip Island. I love Phillip Island. It is Phillip Island.
Well, thanks for joining the VGN family. Go ahead, partner.
I was going to say, it's rare that we see Phillip Island in any iRacing series. It's because I remember watching Phillip Island as growing up, watching the Supercar series. On late nights, I'd stay up and watch, Shane Van Gisbergen, Scott McLaughlin. That's where I first learned about these drivers that we see now here in the States. So Phillip Island, one of the great road courses out there in Australia. Of course, you can't go wrong with any of them.
Yeah, Phillip Island was a staple in the Lionheart IndyCar series back when we were running that. We always made sure those two tracks, Road America and Phillip Island, were always on schedule, just because A, Road America is awesome, it's Road America, and B, Phillip Island produced such good racing in the Dallara IR18 that we just kept it on schedule every season. And I almost put it on last season, and I changed it last minute, and I made my buddy Chris Fowler, who was another fellow admin with me in Lionheart, made him mad, so I put Phillip Island on for Chris. So there you go, Chris. Phillip Island's on for you, buddy.
Well, Mike, thanks for checking in with us, and we're excited to cover it on Wednesday, man. We'll see you down the road.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Oh, that's going to be good.
I'm excited. I'm really excited because we've got some big names in there from not only the world of iRacing, but the world of racing in general, who run over the past couple of seasons in the ISRA, and it's going to be just a lot of fun here on the Virtual Grip Network. What else is fun is the battle between Todd Liston and John Wilson. That's a battle for 5th place. By the way, you saw Mike Holloway earlier. He's up to 10th spot. Started near the back of the pack, and now he is working his way in. in. Oh, looks like Kenny Allen is out of the race. He's about 12 laps down, so not sure what happened there. There's Chris Davis holding off Ruben Altice. Altice has fallen back to 4th place. And Soup, he's not letting Davis away too easy.
No, and boy, if you want an indication of what this season's been like and the domination from the 99, he again has got himself about a 15, 20 car length lead on Feemster. Feemster going to be best in class, I think, right now, racing in second.
Yeah, it's going to be, it's kind of like you see the graphics, the F1 and the F1.5 after Max Verstappen wins. This is going to be late Model 1 and late Model 1.5. But as we've mentioned the past several races, once Feemster gets this late model thing figured out, watch out, because it's going to be the low Feemster show throughout the field. Walking off the back of Chris Davis. Go ahead.
Let's go ahead. Let's go back and look at this great battle between Holloway and Ryan Seneca. Ryan doesn't get to race in this series very much. We go on board, we look off the tail. Now we look off the tail of Holloway. That is Ryan Seneca for all of them. This is Ryan's last hurrah, his farewells. He's going to go to the inside. We're going to watch him pass. Seneca goes to the inside. The pass is made. We got it live, Ryan. Ryan going back to the booth, pushing the knobs and turning the sliders. I don't think you want to do that. You'd be breaking part of the equipment, but you get the idea. He's going back into the booth here coming up next season on Saturday nights.
Well, next season, don't you get to boogie again as well?
They lost my music. My boogie music is lost, and we are not happy about that.
Damn.
I don't want to be a prima donna there, but a diva, but I want my disco music back. We're bringing it back next season. Let's work at Liston right now, being hounded by the Goose. If Goose can hound somebody. Oh, he gets loose. The Goose is loose. I was watching his caboose. And no more Dr. Seuss. All right, I'm done.
I say at least it wasn't flying inverted. There we go, Soupy. There, see, there's the front clip.
Oh, I don't like that shot because it takes me out of the immersion. I'm just going to imagine that we got a really good drone flyer right now that can just put the car right out there.
I'll tell you what, Chris Davis doing all he can to keep Ruben Altice behind him. Then he got this battle here between Liston, Wilson, and Weininger, who's interested spectator. We saw this has just been one of those races where you just find your line and work your way around. Now, we have seen Altice try different lines to close in with Chris Davis, and he's running about a tenth of a second faster than Davis. So one has to wonder if Altice was saving his equipment, let Davis around, so that way near the end of the race, once Davis' tires fall off, Altice can pounce.
Well, if I had to, based on what I was seeing, the guy who has worked harder, clearly the 7 has worked a lot harder than the 70. So Altice out there, plus he has the beautiful snow paint job. You always, when somebody goes ahead and takes the time to put a nice livery on there. Oh, excuse me, my open wheel history got to be a new paint scheme on there. It's always good. I'm going to call it a livery. They know what I mean.
You know what? Here's the thing. If people don't know what they mean, watch on Wednesday nights and you can hear the words like livery, camber. Let's see, what else do we like to use?
Oh,
I get to break out. I get to break out so much terminology. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Yeah, checker, yellow, full course yellow, local yellow. Oh, this is going to be fun. Just about as fun as we see Altice now closing in on Chris Davis. It was about 2 to 3 car lengths in just a matter of 2 laps, Soup. It's become Altice knocking at the door.
All right, page 17 of the VGN's Commentator's Handbook said, put drama into the broadcast whenever possible. I'm going to really have to force it here. But our leader is coming up on a pack of cars, and they're all kind of nose to tail. They're coming up about time for some lap traffic. They got Holloway, they got Tom Hilbert, they got the Chief, his big brother Steve Hilbert, and then they got Wanamaker.
Oh, here's the thing. Now Lowe's going to be catching up to the back of lap traffic. The good news is a lot of these drivers, they're pros. They know what to do. However, it just takes one driver to have Kyle Feemster reel him in, and we don't have to deal with aero wash here. another phrase I get to use here in a couple weeks I'm very excited about. But in all seriousness, James Lowe, I'll tell you what, once he got to the front once again, showed why he is the champion, why he's so good. But here's the thing, too. We saw for a brief second there that battle for third place. That's now entered the equation. Todd Liston and John Wilson. So, Weininger's even back there as well. So something's going on with Davis to where he's basically the proverbial cork in the bottle.
Yeah, I think he's done, and Ruben Altice is not the kind of guy that's going to give him a suggestion of a racing line to take, but he is right on him right now. Oh, the 7 is very loose with a good run off of 2. Now Altice gets loose. That's going to open the door for Liston. Baby Liston cheering on. Pacifier in her mouth. She takes it out to scream, "Go, Daddy!" He's got Altice pinned now on the outside. Now Davis comes down, and now Liston is pinned. Now Davis moves up. Davis using both sides of the street like a jaywalking milkman. Now he comes back down again. Now he tries to get on. We got 3 wide going. This never works. It's Soup's rule. They bump. They bang. Soup never lies. Going into the wall is Liston. Oh, the baby is crying.
Oh, how he did not get a yellow for that is beyond me, but holy cow, let's take a look at this replay, and just a slap in the wall, and that's all it was. Really, that was fine driving by all 3 drivers, as really, that could have gone anyway. I mean, Davis is dealing with a loose race car here, but nonetheless, we see, unfortunately, the race will be over for Liston as he enters into the pits. Now James Lowe starts to tick another lap off of Wanamaker's race. He'll set up for, I believe it's going to be Tom Hilbert up there. That is up next in the salt of drivers 1 lap down. But, man, you just hate to see it there for Liston as he was doing oh so good. Here comes the Canadian Goose to the inside, and yeah, Davis is just shot. Look at how high that car goes between 1 and 2.
Yeah, honestly, Davis out of rubber was the reason that 3 wide happened. He was just racing for all he was worth, and sometimes you don't mean to go 3 wide. You're kind of forced into it, and maybe that was the situation there. Right now, dropping like a pigeon is the number 7 of Chris Davis. Mr. Aggressive has turned into Mr. Passive. He gets a little bit of the wall.
Yeah, we're hearing that his right front is it's cooked about as good as a $10 steak at the Ponderosa on senior night.
Okay, let me follow through on that. Cooked it's cooked well done. I'm gonna think it's overly okay. Got it.
There's a lot of chewing going on right now.
I understand. Okay, I had to drill down on that metaphor, but I got it. I liked it.
Here's James Lowe once again. 2.5 seconds separates him from second place, as Lowe just trying to cap off a pretty darn good season. Not as good as his first championship season, but still, one driver who's had a fantastic season so far is Kyle Feimster. Of course, he's also going to have to watch out for the quiet man, quietly working his way up to that second place. You see there down there on the bottom of your screen, he's consistently running lap times faster, and looking at the pace, he might have enough time as he's 3.5 seconds behind.
Sorry, I'm multitasking. I'm writing down your last simile. I'm going to seal that one on others.
You sound like me when I send memes to my friends.
There you go. It's been a good race. It's been a good season. It's been a good year here on VGN. And boy, we got racing next year coming up on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. We get Fridays off, and then Saturdays and Sundays. Holy smokes.
That's so many race days that the NFL's jealous that we have sports stacked on top of sports.
Well, we were going to race Fridays, but we didn't want to conflict with high school football, so that's why we're not doing that.
Ah, well, thank you for thinking of your local announcers who are Facebook or football announcers as well. The Canadian Goose gets a little loose there coming off of turn number 2, and Weininger, if he goes up one more spot, he will be the highest climber of the race so far. He's tied with James Lowe for 10th as the Canadian Goose sits just a little bit high, flying high there, as we see that Altice is just content with sitting where he's at in third place. Really not bad, as considering he's got two of the fastest drivers ahead of him.
Got good racing going on there. You can see in the back that is Wanamaker in the number 9. Having a nice run. Alan has a little bit of a disadvantage because he manages a couple series, and that takes away a lot of your sim race practice time when you're getting into the minutia of trying to run something like that. I give him a lot of credit for being as competitive as he is, considering all the hard work he does with yesteryear.
Well, and you know that he's also he's also organizing the Winterfest, which is an absolutely fantastic rostrum of races, to say the least, culminating in the late model invitational that myself and DJ Clark will be announcing. I'm surprised that they put me alongside such they put a pro alongside such me, you know?
Yeah, I feel sorry for GJ. Hang in there, baby.
I do too. I do too.
Look at this racing that's going on. Let's go back. Let's watch Altice. Altice is really in the battle. This is the one to watch. Side by side, you got the Goose on the outside. That's Feemster down below. Altice is really struggling. I'm sorry, that's Weinerker underneath. And then Bruce Pearson behind him. I'll get it sorted out. We're running out of laps, but these guys they're getting their money's worth, having some fun here before the calendar year comes to an end.
Well, Sip, the season's almost over. Don't need to worry too much about that. Look at the Goose trying to go high on Ruben Altice, who gets loose coming off of turn number 3, and they're still battling for third place. But seems like up high is where the Goose is looking pretty good right now. We're working lap 97 right now as your leader. He's well into turn number 3 and 4 as the Goose now third.
Yeah. Few of my favorite things, wild geese to fly like with the moon on their wings, and that's what he's doing right now. He's left them behind. Plus, at the end of the year, the race steward, the boss man Lowell Jewell, is of a certain vintage where he may forget that there were accidents that actually happened. He may be able to get away with it and start the next year clean because he may not remember what's going on. All this done, let's give a little love to the guy out in front.
Yeah, let's, he's done so well these past 3 seasons. He's figured something out here about these fixed setups, and he's going to take the white flag for the final lap of the season as James Lowe caps off another fantastic year here on the Bootleg Racing League Late Model Invitational here on the Virtual Grip Network. Comes through 3 and 4 for the final time, and for the second season in 3 of them, he is your champion, and he wins here at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway.
There you go, Aunt Mary Alice is watching on. If you want a little more screen time for your nephew, tell him to slow down a bit. He kind of ran away with that one. We had no reason to follow him. Kyle Feemster and John Wilson round out your podium. With that said, we'll take a short break. The racing is over. The broadcast is not. We'll come back, run down the entire field, talk to some of the drivers, talk to our champion before we put a lock on the gate for the final time this year. You're watching the Virtual Grip Network. Merry Kringle, everybody, as we come to you from the Nashville Fairgrounds. You're watching VGN here, and this is the final round of the Bootleg Racing League's Late Model Invitational Series. 32 times they have run this thing. Do 32 times in 11. That's how many races they've ran in this series since it began. That's a lot of races. That's over 350 races. This is off the top of my head. Let's go ahead and give you the final results here as we crown our only our fourth ever multi-time champion. James Lowe gets the win. He started 11th and wins for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 time this season. That's more than half the races. Hotshot rookie Kyle Feemster comes home in second with John Wilson. Even though his car is numbered upside down, he gets third as well. Daryl Weidecker put on a good show to get fourth in front of Bruce Pearson, who had a nice finish to finish inside the top 5. The back half of your top 10 goes to Ruben Ortiz. Ryan Seneker has a nice showing. That's 2 top 10s in a row for my partner, the former tank commander. Chris Davis, well, he fell down into 8th position, but still got a top 10. The Lipper got involved in this incident. He salvages a 9th spot. And Mike Holloway in the double 88 comes home in 10th. Partner?
Take a look at 11th. That's Tom Hilbert, Steve Hilbert in 12th, Alan Wanamaker. Well, if we had a race next week, he'd be your pole sitter. For next week, finishing in the Baker's dozen spot, Todd Liston, Kenny Allen, and Kurt Smith involved in that early caution ends his championship defending season 5 laps into this race.
Never been fond of the saying, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I mean, who really needs to kill 2 birds? But we're going to do that right now as we bring in James Lowe. He is your race winner and season champion. So let's go ahead, bring in the number 99, James Lowe. Congratulations on the win and more so on the championship. Must feel good.
Yeah, it feels good definitely after last week. The only blemish on the season there, but yeah, once practice hit and I ran a couple laps, I had a good feeling. So it's always good when you get a good feeling early on, and yeah, just kind of slowly made my way up through there, and yeah, just kind of cruised.
Got to the front, and then you brought it home like you've done 5 other times this season. All right. We're going to talk a little about you here now. I know one of your biggest fans is your Aunt Mary Alice. Is she close enough to come for you guys to get together on the holiday, or is she too far away? Or do you not? I'm just trying to get a little family unity going on.
Yeah, she's only a couple hours, maybe a little over 2 hours away. So yeah, she's pretty close.
Oh, well, hopefully you guys can get together for the holiday and you give her a big hug. She's been cheering you on. Second championship. Now, here's the thing that I want to tell you about. We only have a handful of people who've won it twice. Only one other person, and I've been watching Harry Potter, so he shall remain nameless. But because you do that with that, you don't want to mention or bad things happen. He's the only person to win 3. You got a chance to come back? Is your hunger still there to try to get a 3rd crown?
I mean, we'll see. Things always come up, and every once in a while you need to take a week or 2 off. But luckily, we got this big old break before the next season starts, so maybe that cure it for me. But yeah, the plan is that we're going to try to do it again. Hopefully, we'll get as lucky as we did this year. I had a good luck on our side, but yeah, we'll give it a shot.
Man, you win a 3rd championship, you're going to get discounts. You get free drinks at the local winery there. So good luck to you, man. We'll see you down the road. Congratulations on the win tonight in the championship, James Lowe. Well done.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I like to thank my Aunt Mary Alice for watching every week. Whenever I don't post it for her, she lets me know about it. So she loves watching these races, and I love being able to let her see them. So thank you guys for broadcasting. Y'all always do a great job. Can't wait to watch the race back, and Lowell for letting me come run this thing.
Got it. Well done. We'll see you down the road. Here's a suggestion for the Lowe family. Find a Denny's that's like halfway between and go ahead and exchange gifts. An hour from her house, an hour from your house. That's what I would do. All right. But, that's me. Partner, who you got?
Denny's. Just, got the Rookie of the Year, 2nd place finisher, Kyle Feemster. Kyle, before we get started on this race, what the heck happened there at the end after the checkers there on the front straightaway? I saw you kind of, was that kind of celebration gone wrong there?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I was trying to chase him down to give him a door rub. I let him by there. I had some front end damage from the incident with Kurt. So I was just trying to, do the congratulatory thing. I usually just pull over and leave. And yeah, I made a mistake there. He said he didn't see me, so I don't know if he told you all that, but my bad.
Well, either way, what a fantastic season that you've had so far. Rookie of the Year here in the BRL Late Model Invitational Series. Seems like the second half of the season, it finally clicked for you, and you were able to get that win earlier on, and really a lot of good finishes there near the second half of the season.
Yeah, with the new tire model tonight, I just said I'm just going to run. I mean, not as hard as I can, but especially when I was in front of James at the beginning there, I was just like, let me see what I can do. And unfortunately, got in that tangle up with Kurt. I went back and watched it, and from my screen, there's some net code where he gets pulled into me. Then both of us are just driving straight, so just nobody's fault there, I don't think. But after that, as soon as we went back green, I was tight. So I don't know what was damaged in the nose, but without that tight, I feel like I was a couple hundreds off from him every lap. I had my little crew chief spotter guy telling me his lap time every time, and I would look over at my last lap and I'd be 100th off or 400 or 500ths off. So it's just good night. Without the damage, maybe we could have made something happen.
And of course, this season obviously a little bit more difficult. You talk about this previous tire model change. We had one at the start of the season. We had one here, and of course, also the track model changes as well with everything rubbering up. So you really had a steep learning curve here in this first year in the Late Model Invitational.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't oval race much. I've been, if it is, it's in the IndyCar because, like I've told you guys, I'm more of a open wheel IMSA road racer. But Chris Hayslip invited me in here and wanted me to come run with him on the weekends, and so that's appreciate him inviting me in and getting me in here. He's a great guy and a good friend of mine in real life. My pastor also, if you guys didn't know that. So. So it's been really fun. I'll be back next season, and we'll definitely be better. I'm gonna try and get on and practice more. I've never practiced for any of these races except for during the warm up. So we'll see what we can do next year. Maybe give James a run for his money.
Well, hey, we've got a open wheel series coming on Wednesday here to the Virtual Grip Network, so hopefully we'll see you out there. Anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, for sure. Chris for inviting me in here. Mom and Dad watching every week. My mom just texted me a picture of her, I think, watching this interview. So shout out to Mom and Dad. Yeah, my wife obviously putting my kid to bed so I can come in here and have a good time. So appreciate you guys. Mr. Joel putting on the league and the casters. You guys do a great job. I go back and watch them as I'm laying in bed on Saturday nights before I go to church on Sunday. So yeah, just been a good time. Hopefully we can get some more wins next year. And then we'll go from there.
Kyle, I know you're a rookie, so you don't know Soup's rule, but you can't thank your wife without naming her. What's the young lady's name?
Her name's Beth. Yeah, don't
Beth.
call her Bethany unless she's in trouble. So.
Okay, only if you finish bad. Okay, good luck. We'll see you down the road.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Great job. See you next season.
That was a great interview.
That was, and by the way, Soup, now we have a new nickname. It's the Racing Rev Chris Hayslip.
Yeah, I know. I heard that too. That was good news. That's wonderful. How could we not have known that? All right, we're talking to the man who finished third. It's the Canadian Goose, John Wilson. Way to finish out the year, buddy, with a podium.
Yeah, it's a great way to finish the season.
Hey, being a geographical wizard that I am, I know that you don't celebrate Thanksgiving across north of the border, but you do Christmas. What are you cooking up in the Wilson household for Christmas?
Oh, we celebrate Thanksgiving, just we have ours earlier in the year. Ours is in October.
Oh, okay.
But Christmas, it'll be turkey for sure.
Oh, that's good. A Christmas goose for the Canadian Goose. That's great news. All right. One last thing before we let you go. John, it really doesn't bother me, but it's really bothering my partner that your number is upside down on top of the car.
Liar.
Can we get that fixed for next year? Because it's bothering Gridlock.
No, it's not.
That's so my lap counter that's up in the booth with you guys can keep track of my car.
Oh, yes. Car's numbered SL.
It's a dirt racing thing.
I was right.
Woo. All right. Hey, congratulations on the wins. Always fun. Can't wait to see you next season, man. Having a happy holidays to you.
Yeah, to you and yours.
All right. John Wilson, our third place finisher tonight. Look for him to have a great season coming up in 2026. All right, partner, take us home.
Right with this race, and I made the quiet man crack. It's a fantastic way to end the season. Take a look at the screen. Our first race of the year will be Saturday, January 10th, the Winter Fest here on the Virtual Grip Network. Myself and DJ Clark will have that for you at 9:10 p.m. Eastern. Then that Wednesday, Soup and I start the new season of the ISRA at the Auto Club Speedway, Wednesday, January 14th, where we go right into our weekly schedule not too long after that. And one final word here from the Helmar Radio Ranch in Muscle Farm. I hope you and yours have a very happy and prosperous holiday season, and just take a step back and remember everything that you're thankful for. All right, for myself, Bill Soupson in the booth, old Jewel making us sound oh so good back in the truck. Thanks for doing it this season, and we get replay Ryan Sendeker back next year. Who is that going to be fun? My name is Jeremy Scott. Remember to keep it between the ditches, keep it greasy side down, and always point it forward. We'll see you next year here on the Virtual Grip Network.